So back to the music. Who are your biggest musical influences?
That's a really tough question because it's like I listen to a lot of different shit, but as far as like the people who like influence like the core fundamentality of like how I like do my shit, first and foremost have to be like Slum Village. My brother used to fuck with them a lot and he put me up to them when I was younger, and that Yancey bounce kind of vibe and that whole style like that J Dilla came up with was kind of like really rocking. It's kind of wild. I ain't gonna hold you up. So that was like one of my first experiences in hip hop. My dad didn't listen to too much hip hop till like later on when I was like older. He used to just play like a lot of like techno house shit, and I didn't really understand it at the time because it literally sounded like that one episode of SpongeBob where my man's just like, no, bro, beep boop, beep bop, beep boop. You know what I'm saying? So like I was really just like confused about it for a while until I took the time to like understand like house music and learn about the different kinds of shit. Another artist that really got to me was Nas. Nas is like the artist that really got me to like write music for real. I was like 13 when I heard him. My dad had like this cassette tape, and it was like a double-sided tape. The first side had "The World Is Yours." Yeah, "The World Is Yours" on there, and then "If I Were the World." And then on the other side was "Affirmative Action" when he was in the Firm. And that shit was hard. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know shit about the Firm and shit, and that made me want to learn about him. And that shit was tough. So I started writing this shit more, and just to like be able to tell stories and shit and make shit as vivid as like how I saw it when I listened to like Nas's music. And then when I got in high school and got more into writing, another artist I got hip to was a dude named MF Doom. MF Doom, rest in peace, was a great ass artist. They were from the UK, but like they were really good at like storytelling, and their music sounded like comic books. It was the wildest shit I really ever experienced, just listening to shit, just how he like did all the shit. He like sampled music and made all the beats and shit, and really like cool. It inspired me to like start making my own kind of like projects in that kind of manner. And shit, just a lot of people, bro. Like that's like as far as like the original type shit. Even Joey Badass, you know what I'm saying? He inspired like my first project. Probably deleted that shit, but like it was called like the Regression Project, just doing like old 90s kind of beats and shit like that. So I was really like in that kind of bag for a while. Then I got hip to. I used to date the girl who put me hip to like a lot of cool music, and she put me hip to this artist named like Smino, and that nigga was cool as fuck, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that nigga flowed crazy too. And so that kind of put me in a whole different kind of vibe when it came to music. And then I started listening to artists in that kind of genre and shit, like him, Lamine, Topi Lou, all that kind of shit. And so that kind of inspires like my bag nowadays. But like at this point in time, listening to music, I don't really listen to artists like that. Kind of listen to just like beats or like jazz or like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like instrumentations. You know what I'm saying? It's really rare I listen to like artist music unless they like drop a project and I go check it out type shit. So yeah.
All right.